Welcome back to CTV News Channel. I'm Sarah Casagala. A space drama took off at the box office this weekend, while a high-stakes gambling thriller failed to win over audiences.
This is your job. You want a clear conscience? Go start a charity. But if you want your own island and your boss says you got to go out there and take a beating, go out there, take it, come back to work and say, do you need me to do it again?
Runner Runners, starring Ben Affleck and Justin Timberlake, had a disappointing opening weekend. The film came in third place, bringing in just $7.6 million.
Swallow Falls is in trouble. Will you help us?
I just need someone to cover my ship. Thanks, Tree.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 fell to second place from its first place position. The animated film sequel brought in $21.5 million in ticket sales.
Explorer's been hit. Explorer, do you read? Explorer, over. Explorer. Astronaut in off.
And space drama soared to the top of the box office. Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, brought in $55.6 million. That set a record as the biggest October opening in history. And for more on the hottest films in theaters, we have Jason Gorber, a film critic with twitchfilm.com. He joins us from Toronto. Hey, Jason.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. Let's start with Gravity, the #1 movie. What did you think?
It's unbelievable. Literally, Gravity, if you see one film in theaters this year, hell, this decade, Gravity is the one to see.
What's so great about it?
This is an astounding accomplishment, one of the truly great uses of the cinematic art form. That's how much I can gush about this film. Because visually, it is absolutely extraordinary. Story-wise, I think it's rich. There's some people that complain about it. But in 93 minutes, you have the culmination of the dream that people like Méliès had when they began cinema, which is to take us to a new place, to engage us within this new location, actually have us absolutely feel that we are part of the situation. Now, there are people that argue that video games have been doing this for the last couple decades. This is, and I will not have that discussion, that Roger Ebert took that one on. Me, I will say quite simply that this is an extraordinary example of spectacle cinema. Alphonse Cuarón has done incredible work in his relatively short career. He did the third Harry Potter film, which is by far the best of the lot, but he did a film called Children of Men, which is an extraordinary, extraordinary work. With this, he spent 4 years putting this together, developing the technology, and really showing us on screen how to tell this type of tale. This has elements of an art film and elements of almost a play. It's basically a dynamic between two people. But within the stage of space, it is truly extraordinary. And as I said, the clips that you're seeing on your television, I don't care how big your TV, does not do this justice. Find the biggest screen you can, IMAX, AVX, whatever, the biggest possible screen, sit closer than you normally do, and watch
the movie.
In 3D. This is the film to go see.
Jason, you've convinced me. Okay,
Good.
What about Parkland? It hit theaters this week. What can you tell us about this movie?
So here's from the opposite to the ridiculous. Parkland is this film which doesn't necessarily need to exist. It's another take on the JFK, the events surrounding JFK. And what it does is it focuses on those, for example, the hospital or the FBI agents that were working in the environment within the area, or just all these other people that aren't necessarily the core individuals. And for that reason, it's relatively interesting, particularly on this anniversary of Kennedy's death, but it doesn't quite cohere as a film. It's got some really strong performances, but overall, it doesn't quite work the way that I wanted it to. It's a great idea. The execution's a little bit weak.
Okay, Muscle Shoals?
Here's a film I am equally gushing about. I love good music documentaries. So many of them are so poor. Muscle Shoals is the story of Fame Recording Studio in Muscle Shoals, and also Muscle Shoals Recording, and basically following the career trajectory of this guy called Rick Hall. This is where Aretha found her sound. This is where Southern rock began. This is an amazing, beautiful, astonishing documentary about this little area that completely changed popular music. So as a documentary and as a sort of a documentation of the music that went on, it's extraordinary. But just as a film, it is stunningly beautiful, impeccably done. I cannot say enough good things about this. This and 20 Feet from Stardom, which was a doc that came out earlier this year, are two of the best music documentaries ever made. And we're just living in a sort of a high point of docs. It's a really amazing time to be a fan of these kind of
Searching
films.
for Sugar Man was good too, but that was last year?
Yeah, that was last year, and honestly, both of these films are substantially better than that. I like Searching for Sugar Man, but 20 Feet from Stardom and Muscle Shoals are at the level of something like Standing in the Shadows of Motown, which is by far one of the best music docs ever made.
Okay, All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Took 7 years to hit the screen. Was it worth it?
No. So here's a film I saw 7 years ago. It played Midnight Madness at TIFF. Colin Geddes programmed it. It played Harvey Weinstein's company, bought it for an exorbitant amount of money, and then shelved it. Now, I didn't love it then. I've seen it again. I didn't love it again. So it's got this weird built-in cachet, but the director's gone on to make some really interesting films since. He made 50-50. He made Warm Bodies. So you can see and hear the beginning of Amber Heard's career.
Jason, we gotta run.
Oh, there we go. We can keep doing this forever, but definitely go see it.
Thank you.